Hello. Do you hear me correctly? Great. Not a lot of guys tonight. But well, we'll start in a minute. Do not hesitate if you have questions or something wrong with the stream. I'm not a professional streamer. So let's go. We'll start. Some introduction first. Tonight I will present you the status of the project. Present also the new DCS Scheduler with a lot of demo. Other feature and enhancements I put in the 2.3.6 beta, and of course a new feature that I keep secret that I will present to you during this show. And of course, do not hesitate if you have questions or remarks. They are welcome. So some status. To introduce this stream, this year was the main work on the 2.3x branch. It's a complete rework of some code. The new network protocol. Hi Polix, welcome. It's this new protocol let me to make more things in the future, and also to avoid to have inconsistent versions. So now all versions can be compatible with them, and I should not change the network protocol until a long moment, I hope. It will avoid the problem we have in the past between the 2.2 and the 2.3. So I hope this time is end. And so if you have old server or old client, it will connect to the new ones without any trouble. If you have not the new feature, it should work even if you have not. So I hope it will be better. It's also more secured, so there is some trouble and some security issue with the old code. It's now end, so it's better now. And it's also the new generator engine, so I will certainly do a special stream for LotAtc generator in the future. But it's a new engine that allows me to develop the public, but also the professional branch of LotAtc. Of course, in the 2.3, I introduced the data link simulation. Of course, it's not a full data link simulation because it's very hard to do. And also, it's not possible currently to connect it to DCS World. So I hope one day I will be able to. But it allows some great feature like getting the payloads, getting the current fuel status, but also to share what fighter is seen through his radar. It's really great and adds more modernism in LotAtc. Of course, it's completely disabled. I will launch server to show that in minutes in order to demonstrate that. Time to DCS to be launched. Welcome. So this new data link is the first version. It's allowed me to develop that, make to the network simulation. So now all plane in the same network can be exchanged data. We'll switch to LotAtc. So here it's the 2.3.6 beta 1. It will be released in just after the show. My DCS is near to be run. Let's go. Yep, that's it. So let's connect to it. Okay. So here a simple example, the data link section. So currently here payload is void because data link is not done. It will done. You need some seconds to communicate with DCS. But you see that we have already the possibility. So it will come with the payload. I hope. We see the electronic warfare. It's the second subject to the 2.3. In this version, I have changed some things. You can choose now if you want to show by coalition or by type. So by type, there one color by radar type, but you can choose by coalition. So all red will be seen like that, and you can choose if you want to see friendly or enemies also. Welcome, Mr. Pixel Glitch. Nice to see you. That's it. So here, this Hornet is no payload, but you can see the fuel he has and the fuel remaining. Of course, for the AWACS, it's more like that. It's not, yeah, it's not the mission with the payload, but well, I will run it now. Up, let's go. In this case, you see that there is two OK here, and they show their own, as they are in the same range, they can communicate each other, and we can see what all planes are seeing. So that's good. And lastly, I think I have this mission to show you payloads. Yeah, that's the one I search. Perfect. So here you have the payload at the start. It is read from the MIS files directly, and once the data link is established between all contacts, it is updated. So when a plane shoots a missile, it will be removed from the list, and it makes all in real time, helping controllers to know which aircraft is on the air and which is operational, Tiger or no, or which Chester I need to RTB. So like previously, need some seconds until data link will be established correctly. Of course, it can be disabled for server owner that don't want, or if you want to simulate the Cold War plane, you can disable totally data link and nothing will be displayed. Data link, yeah, it's okay. So here the plane, so you are now what they are and the fuel remaining. So that's it for this part. And the second part was the electronic warfare. So we already see some things, but I have more to show. So as I said, the electronic warfare has been increased a little with this new version. Up. That's it. So I restart the simulation. Yeah, data link, you can choose the data link option if it's available for all aircraft. Only the HL16 or the HL14 version. This is an option you have in the configurator. I'll show you. In my stream up profile, you can choose in the data link here which aircraft can have the data link, so you can disable it. It says every plane has the data link. That's not realistic, but it can be helpful. And you can restrict to the most realist, that is the LC16, of course, but you can enable it for example, for the Tomcat. So you can choose which have or which have not. If you have not data link, you cannot have the fuel status in the airplane. So back to the electronic warfare. So here we see two spots of enemies. It's easy, we detect them, but you are not obliged to see them. As I said previously, you can now choose color by coalition and limits to only enemy, so it makes the tactical situation easy to read. And no more feel about a lot of things that is not interesting. So you can restrict to enemy and only air, for example, or something like that. So that's it. And I see that there is a bug. Yeah. Oh no, that's just because there is some remnants. That's it. That's it. So you can show all, of course, and if you enable out, it's the previous version has this view. You cannot restrict only to enemies, and it's make all easier. That's it. So it's just a quick reminder of the 2-tree fix. Triangulation is in progress. I'm working on that. The goal is to be able to ask to select a branch and tells user that this one should be shared with all controllers. So it's kind of way to say this one, it's important. And if you are using the mono radar simulation, so you choose a radar specifically, so you can take the control of the AWACS or a boat, you will be able to share, so you can see, you can do triangulation easier. So it's something in progress. It will not be in the 2.3.6, but I hope in the next month it will be developed, and I'm currently working on, but it's not yet finished. Radar frequency is something I will work later. Currently it's really a simple simulation of only the radar type. I have not the information in DCS about radar frequency, so it makes the work harder for me to be able to manage it correctly, but I'm currently checking if I can build an external database or something like that to be able to maintain and have a better view, a more realistic view with the frequencies and of the radar, and be able to have something more realistic. So that's something I work on. It is something needed for my professional clients, so I will be able to release that also for public. That's very great, but it needs me some work to be able to work with DCS correctly in this case. With generator it will be easier because I will be able to make the correct API, but I don't have the correct API on DCS on this one. But once it will be done, you will be able to filter radar frequency and make something more and more realistic. As always, I prefer to have a small step first with something very simple that's working with a good UI. There is some work again on the API to do, and once it's done, we can increase the simulation a bit further and have something more and more complex. That's it. There's a lot of things to do around the electronic warfare. It's something I learned because it's not my it's not my job, but very interesting, and I think there is a lot of things to add in LotAtc to have something really great on that and make more and more realism, and also to be able to add more work to the controllers in flight in order to detect where is the SAM or an enemy plane. For the Sinai, yes, I need to work on this map also. I was waiting that there is at the release there's a lot of update, and I'm waiting a bit that is more stable. It seems to be now, and I will begin to add the airports now to have something more realistic as I do here, to be able to build that. There is a lot of airports on Sinai, but That's something that it's on my list, short list, in order to provide better support for that. Also add more relief and things like that. It takes a lot of time to do, but I know that it's very important, especially for guys doing ATC and ground control. And with the new scheduler, it will be important. So I will integrate that in the future for Sinai. It's under progress. That's it. Wow. And of course, to continue to the tree, the main work in last month was the stability. As I said, there is a lot of change in this version, and now I'm working on stabilization. The next version is, correct a lot of bugs that has been given by users, so I hope it will be better and better. Next, the big things. So the first one is the new DCS Scheduler. I would like to be back on that because it's really something important. I see your questions about the end of, yes. That is something that will come in with the data link also. The main problem is still the same. Is the communication with the pilots in DCS, how to be able to send it. It could be through the chat, but it's not really good. The best could be to add an UI, but it's need to have the mouse to click on that. As I have not access to the DCS data link, the best things could be an access to the DCS data link and integrate that in the cockpit. But at this time, it's completely impossible. So I have to think about another solution and like that. Oh, you say controller to controller. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Yes, yes, it will come also. That's something it's not yet under progress, but it's planned with the big ATC rework. I will present you with the new DCS scheduler. The first part of this rework, it will be the architecture that will allow me to do more things, and of course the possibility to attribute a specific controller to plane and be able to send a plane to another controller and make more things like that. Fly strip is also in my mind. It needs a lot of work. It's I hope it will come in the future, but no date actually. As you see, there is a lot of work, a lot of things to do, and I cannot do everything at the same time. But be sure I'm conscious that flight strip is something asked by user, and I've already done a part with flight plan. It's very small in the public version, but in the professional I do a lot more things. So I hope to continue in that way and be able to release that for public also. If you have questions, even if it's not related to the current discussion, please ask. I will be happy to interact with you. Interesting. I don't know, but if you have a link, Mr. Pixel Glitch, please send it to me. I will check. I will have a look at that. I'm always happy to integrate external projects as a SRS or LotAtc because don't need to redo the same things in different format. Thank you. I'll be back on the new scheduler. So I just would like to make a small reminder on how it's working currently. So at this time, That's the way that LotAtc server for DCS is running. There is the server part here. That's make all the simulation. There is the DCS adapter that allow me to interact with DCS, get all data, send the things, etc., etc. And that's communicate with different internal module of DCS world for the unit database, the simulation, and the mission, and everything is passed through the DCS adapter on the LotAtc server, and then the LotAtc server compute the tactical situation and be able to send to the client after that. Same in the other way, when you send something to the pilot or to the simulation, it's a two-way communication. And that's really important to understand that LotAtc server is totally running inside DCS. That's the architecture of DCS, and it's what I will present in the next part is what is running before. I think with the multi-threading is quite a bit different, but the idea is the same. So that's it. So before the multi-threading, the goal is that the LUR part was running during the interframe of DCS. So before we have the dedicated server, all the time passed in LotAtc is the time on the frame rate. So more the time I spent in LotAtc, less frame per second you have. It's less important now because with the dedicated server we can have 100 or 200 frame per second. So if you take 2 or 3 frame per second more, it's not very important, but that's something very important in big mission with 6,000 of units or 200 radars. That makes a lot of computing inside LotAtc. So from the start of the project, I work a lot on the optimization of this part. It's not very performant. That's something great, but with the arrival of the dedicated server and multi-threading now, we have a good performance in DCS server. I don't talk about VR, just talk about server performance. And you can now running a lot of units in the maps, and it's very great. It makes a good mission, large things, very more complex, but LotAtc needs some adaptation to be able to interact with that. And as you see in big mission currently, LotAtc automatically increase the time between 2 updates to avoid to add too much compute time in DCS. That is why sometimes in big mission you have 10 seconds between 2 updates. That's just because LotAtc is automatically scheduling the time, the units, and keep good performance on server. That's something that's very great because it does not impact server performance. But with a lot of units, we have a very poor radar update, and I was not great with that, so I work hard on it to rework this part and make it better. Just a time to respond to questions. Is the GCI able to relay information to the Mirage pilot directly to TAF? Yes, not automatically. You need to do manually with the TAF function here. So you can assign target. So if you have a Mirage that is not here, but if you need to click and assign the object. So in the Mirage 2000, on the channel 1, you can have the information of the first one, the information you want on it, etc., etc. You can also do same thing for Stunker, Beacon, or RTB. That's something that has been developed with Raspberry. and it's very great. It's the only interaction between LotAtc and a plane. I hope there will be more in the future. So you can send it directly, and it's worked great. It's very used. I know that some French server use it a lot because we are Mirage 2000 lover. If you are interested by that, there is a complete tutorial video on the LotAtc YouTube channel. You can search for LotAtc TAF and you will find it. It's explain everything and also working. Great. So back on the new scheduler. So how it is working is very simple things. Before I update all units after one after hour. Now I do a prioritization. So all high-speed units, so essentially plane, and perhaps some Verstappen F1, perhaps, but there is not a lot in DCS, are prioritized to be updated more often than now moving units, like a vehicle, a SAM, or even a plane on the parking. They no need to be updated every second. So there is a scheduling that prioritize that, and when on a big mission you will be prioritization on high-speed units, so all plane in the sky you are currently controlling, and no priority on all over. And it's worked great. It doesn't change the impact in DCS, but you have more frame rate in the sky. So on LotAtc client you will no more see 10 or 20 seconds between two updates. It will be more often, and it's only the ground unit that will be less refreshed. Of course, if a plane is on the parking, the priority is low, but once you move, the system automatically readapt that, and ground units will be updated more. So that's the first things on the new scheduler, to be able to add a dynamic priority and change that in the code. Before it was done inside the DCS adapter, so here it is not done here in the code, and I only send the list of the unit I want to adapt to DCS, and DCS only updates data for this unit. It's a lot of work, but the performance are very good. The impact on DCS is nearly zero because it's the same process after all. I only update a packet of units after a packet of units, so in interframe, so it does not change that. But as I ask more often the high-speed units, I can adapt and make that more smooth to user. And it's also opening a new thing, that I can implement and simulate high frame rate radar, like approach radar for airport or carrier, but also to simulate better the ground units in the airport. So on the taxi you will see now the plane running very smooth, no more 2 seconds delay. It's very great. I will show you in a minute. I will run a mission. This one up. Now you have not access to the unit. It's done by the system. The goal is to be that in it must be transparent, so you have no impact on that. It's done automatically for you. As a controller, you have not to see the difference. It's done automatically. So here is the new scheduler running. So we have a plane here arriving on battery. So at this time you see there's 2-second delay as usual. But as soon as I take the approach, so it's the rating up, we will see that, and see the plane is directly updating because it's the approach. So as you see, Morse is very smooth now. So you see in the approach view, but also here. And if I stop the release, it will always priority regain as usual in your tech. So as soon as you take the approach, I use the simulation of the radar. So it's better to make approach now. As you see, it's very great. It's working on airports, but also on carrier. It's a very, very great. And even if you have 2,000 or 3,000 units, you will be there. Of course, there is a limit at the time. If you have 6,000 units in the approach, I cannot guarantee it will not be some delay, but in standard mission, it works very great. So as you see, it's really something automatic, and if a controller is releasing approach, the system knows that it's no more needs to update it regularly. As you see, we take the current version. It's very a smooth transition. And for the approach, it's very a great thing because you can approach it. So there is no delay. It's quasi real time. I think the update is around 15 times per second maximum. So you have a good frame rate here. It's very great to do some approach work. And the good thing for that is that now once the plane is on the ground, there's the same things. So once the plane is on the ground, it's considered on the airport, and if we keep the smooth displacement, the fast update, because we consider that you are in the tower and seeing that. So we'll see once it's on the ground. And if I go to the carrier, you will get the same things. Airport, approach, carrier. It's the same way. So here, not yet because it's not. It's to case one. It's not yet in the approach. So this one is approach. We will see that, and in parallel we will see this one also. I will show you. So we have the symbol approach because we are on the airport. And touchdown. So I can stop the approach. There is again switch, and when the speed will be in a slow. Okay, that's now. I get the smooth view, the fast update now, and it will be all the time on the airport. So it's very great to see that. It's completely automatic. And we will see this one. Yes, it's currently So same work here. There is a big fix in the carrier approach. It is not perfect, but not far. You will see that. So as you see, currently not in approach radar, so it's low rate radar. Oh, it's okay. It's inside. We got the smooth. And let's go. Same thing. And the smooth is also on the carrier. As you see. And then not bad. A very small offset now, but yes, that's good. We see. And that's it. So nothing to say, just update the server and it will be automatically dated. It will be released in beta because I need to have feedbacks on various missions. It's quite difficult to validate everything. So please use the beta and let me know if it's working correctly or if it's causing some trouble. Normally it should work, but we never know. Remember, when there is the R here, that means that the size is in real. So it's the real size here. That helps. And as you see, it's very useful to have that. And that's it. And it's the same for complex mission. If I run a complex mission, running a lot, it's loading. No, it's not using currently the fold unfold. The good questions. Perhaps I could get the information and be able to manipulate. The size is the same that unfold, but it's good question. I don't think about that, but it could be great to have the fold version also. Okay, server is loading. I'm loading a big mission. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. More complex one. So here all units as Oak has always low frame rate delay. And same as both, because there no need a lot of precision on it. And so it's up, mission, grab. Not sure I take a good one. Is there some plane? There's one here. Yeah. So as you see here, you can see here the plane also. We can see the thing move. Here there is some ground units, but there is not fast refresh. There's no need. And of course it takes account the coalition of the airport, so you cannot have a fast update in a red coalition if you are in blue. That's it's the good things. It cannot be used to have more information that you can have always. So if you are in a blue, it's dependent. In fact, the parameter you have set in, that's not a good one. Yes, this one. It depends, of course, of the configuration of the server, as always. As you know, in LotAtc, I try to make it the more customizable. So that's it. It respects this option. So only coalition approach or all airport, etc., etc. So you can enable it for everything. It's not best things. Don't know why, because I take this one, but well. I will show you also too much test mission, and I don't take the good one. Perhaps this one should be better to show. Of course, if there is too much airplane in the approach or in the ground, the holder system is still working. I will add some artificial delay to avoid DCS to be too much impacted. So the security is always there. It's just better managed, and it's smarter than before. As you see here, for example, some item here, it's really great to see. Really great to do taxiing and ground control with that. I also add some shadow, so it makes it more visually in that. Well, that's it. It's new scheduling. I need feedback on that, so I hope it will be working. It should also fix some trouble with human detection, because I rework all. So if you have again trouble with human flight not seen in LotAtc, there is two ways. First one, there is a bug in DCS that makes it invisible. In this case, you cannot see it also in tag view. So in this case, it's not a LotAtc bug, but a DCS world. But there is some case, some reports, especially with changing slot. It seems that sometimes it disappears. I hoped it will be fixed, but I'm not sure. So if you have again with this version, please tell me. I will be happy to find. So here you see plane is working. And that's it. And that's it. Some water. Now, other feature and enhancement in this version, I will pass rapidly on that, but I prefer telling. So as we see the carrier management, better precision of the approach. Adds more support for the drawing, so with the 3 polygon in DCS. I also add the STM number in LotAtc clients. As usual, I have not access to that data link, so I can get the STN number from the MIS mission, but I cannot get the ID dynamically. The ghost, so the comet behind the contact is now better managed. It's very there was some bug with the position there. I had some new block as the climb speed to display the current climb speed of a plane. A lot of things in DataLink Super. Of course, it's a new system, so there is bug. I work on that. And I also enhanced the crash reporting system. That should be better now and help me more on the, to manage that. To remind, if you go there, in interface you have the automatic crash dump upload. It is disabled by default because it's your privacy, but if you want to help me, you can activate it. It will automatically send crash dump on the server. They are anonymous, and it helps me to know where is the instability in the client. It does not work for the server because it's DCS that crashing, but you can help me with that. It's not mandatory and disabled by default, so if you want, you can enable it. You also restore all things that was be. It's the anti-aliasing thing, so now all the software is anti-aliasing. As you see here, it's great for a big screen. It's really a game changer visually. It's very great to see all the line anti-aliasing. Of course, it has a small impact, but it's not too complex, but you can disable it at any time if you want. That's not a problem. Concerning performance, there is an update of the graphical engine. It is now faster, better, and it uses more and more Vulkan. So all API I know low level. They are using the GPU and not the CPU. So it's very great that it's more and more efficient. The label still is not perfect. I know that. I do my job to work on that. Yes, that is the hide. You can change it where you want. There's still issue for that. I know. In fact, I think the most complex things in this UI is the label management, because it's hard to have something reliable but also fast, and I work on that. I have some idea to enhance that again in the future, so that's a subject that will certainly be updated next year. But well, there's something to do to make it better than it is actually. I know that sometimes it's quite complex, and to have something nice, I work on that, and I hope to have something better. But it's something I don't forget. As the docking system, I know the docking system needs some love also. It's better than previously. I have found the good software, the good library to manage that, but the price was very, very, very too expensive to LotAtc actually. So that's a big deal for me. So I continue to have my own docking system. It's far to be perfect, but well, it's here. And it's not so bad. Lot of subjects in LotAtc to do. Never-ending process. So it's time to reveal the new feature. Not a lot of guys here, but you will be the first one to know that. So What is the new feature? It's something I've thinking since a long time. It's a first step on something bigger, but it's the good step now, I think. So, question. No, the new data link system is not linked with LotAtc. There is no API on DCS to interact with that. I hope sometimes ED create something. I'm in communication with them. That's something I discuss with ED. They know that they must open something to allow me to interact with. I would like to be I would love to be able to change Hafu from LotAtc and see them on the RNet. I'm pretty sure that it's something that ED would like, but at this time it's not a main priority. I will be back on this subject. That's something I ask regularly. On AD, they are not closed. They don't say no. They say yes, but not yet. So I hope one day there's something. I will be back on the VoIP subject in the next minute. So it will be connected to these questions. So the new feature is. I will show you. Perhaps I've seen that since the start. There is here. Up. Remove the chat, as you see here. I implement an automatic ATIS in LotAtc. This ATIS allows you to create some frequencies where the ATIS will be played. How it is played? It is currently played through SRS. So I use the TTS support of SRS to create the ATIS management. So as a controller, you have just to create the ATIS, and it will be automatically play on server side to SRS, and as a pilot you will listen to it. It's the first step now, so it's quite limited in possibility, but I put here some more things that will come later. For example, the templates, so it will be able to anyone to create its own templates for ATIS, so you will be able to do that, and also the way to create an API inside the mission script using LotAtc link that will allow you to activate, update the ATIS. So you will be able, as a mission creator, to activate the ATIS on Senaki, for example, and then disable it or something like that. It will take the weather updated through LotAtc link. Some approach on that. I have no way to get the information of clouds correctly in DCS currently, so I'm always stuck with that. I hope one day I will be able to get full weather report, but at this time I'm quite blocked for that. Sorry. So that's it. So you can create ATIS. I will show you a demonstration in the next minute. I will just stop my server and launch a full DCS to show you what it's happening when you're using that. It's very easy to activate. Nothing to do, just feel. Nothing to do. Yeah, you have something to do. Sorry. Go in the config part of your server, SRS, and you have now the TTRS enabled here. And you have to put the path of SRS, and that's all. All the rest is done automatically. So only these two new items here. And it will use the TTRS of SRS to simulate that. So up here, DCS open emission. We will take a plane. I take my SRS client. I am connected. I will run it. And yes, I add the information. This time the controllers should add it manually, as you see. As you see when I will be connected. Yes, so up. I will connect to okay, so my plane is here. I am on Senaki. It manages correctly position, distance, etc., etc. So all SRS feature I will put on my radio. I hope it will be okay with the stream. So here it's the default frequency for the airport. At this time I take the default frequency of DCS, but I will add a way to specify dynamically the frequency. I will search for Papa, for example, LotAtc, and that's all. There are some things to do to make it better, but it's a first step. Of course, it's scoop. So I go back, it's here, and you can stop it later and choose another. If I restart it, the next loop will be with the correct information. Do you hear it? Yes, it's okay. So the goal is to make it as a... Oh, you can't hear it? Okay. Oh, I have it. Wait a minute. Something wrong. It's bad if you can't hear it. Is that better? Oh yeah.
Visibility 9999 kilometers. Temperature 19. QNH 1013 hectopascal. Contact approach and arrival call sign only. End of information uniform.
So here, so the text actually.
This is Senaki Kalki arrival information uniform recorded on Mardi 21 June 2016, 8 hours and 1 second. Main landing runway 09. Transition level 50. 331 degrees, 1 knots. Visibility 9999 kilometers. Temperature 19. QNH 1013 hectopascal.
That's it.
Contact approach and arrival call sign only.
I am
End of information uniform.
streamer. so it stopped. So you can restart it with a different information, and it will take the last weather report. You have the time here, last report here. So it will take this one, and you can of course install several ATIS on different airports, and it will depend on the frequency here. So it's really great things, and it's only the first step. The goal is to make it better in the next beta for the release. And also it's allow me to use the TTS text-to-speech feature or SRS, and in my idea I would like to implement it for other feature. I think, for example, for when you are using to use the correct, so here when you're using a bra, for example, you can send it to the user, but the goal is also to be able to send it vocally on its own frequency, so to simulate a real AWACS. It can be a great feature. As always, it will be an option, and the server owner could enable or disable it, because on a public server perhaps it's not a good idea to be able to put voice synthesis on a frequency, but it could be a great thing to be able to send that. So here the thing, so it's working correctly now. It's not complex to add. It's very good things, and I'm pretty sure we can do a lot of things for that. Another way is also to have a trigger system later that will send that, but it adds something great. Of course, there is a subject behind that, because as you know, the VoIP in DCS is coming. I have something great. It's that in the last newsletter there was this part that is very important. Why? Because I am in touch with DCS since some years about this subject, and I asked them early that they need to have something for us and for LotAtc and other software to be able to use their system to communicate there, and it's planned, and it's announced in the newsletter, so it's a good thing. Once there is something to communicate with LotAtc and DCS VoIP system, I will implement it, of course. And for the ATIS and the text-to-speech system, of course, you will say, oh, it's SRS. How you will do? I already have a text-to-speech engine in LotAtc, so I'll be able to create my own voice and send directly message with sound to the radio. So I hope I will be able to add that in the DCS VoIP system. Of course, I need to see what it's possible to do before be sure, but there's a way I could generate my own TTS on my side and send the audio data directly to DCS. And that's it. So now I have presented everything about that. I open to questions if you have more. I don't show, but you can of course change any frequency dynamically, and it's automatically synchronized with all other controllers. So if another controller goes on Senaki, it will see only this frequency. And you can see that an ATIS is already in place. You can change the frequency or change the information if you want. So as always, all is synchronized with other controllers. And of course, you don't need to have LotAtc client open to have the ATIS. You have just to install it. You can close, and it will be on a LotAtc server. So you don't need to have a LotAtc client open to have ATIS installed. This time for the Mirage transponder, I have the value of the transponder is extracted to SRS. It's not a LotAtc job actually, and it sends me the new value, so the mod. So for me, it's not direct impact, but this is a question when the VoIP will be working with LotAtc. I will need to have another system to get the transponder. So either with DCS or either on my own. That's something I'm currently investigating to be ready to have something to retrieve transponder directly from inside LotAtc. So at this time, no, it does not impact me. It impacts SRS, but I must be in touch for that. But I'm in discussion with the developer of the Mirage, so I'm confident that everything will working. And voilà. What's to show more? Yeah. On the label, you have now this one, the block STN. It will display you the STN set in the editor. We are talking about the clamp speed here. And also add data links, so you can show the data link information. For example, you can specify data link enable. For that, it will allow, for example, if you want to show data link for friends, you can add data link and show enable. Yeah, that's it, and it will show DR for data link enable, so you can see which who have data link enable, and the STN is working. Also, so there's not, because it's not on it. 000, because I have not set it in my misfile, but well, that is working. Yeah, actually you cannot change the ATIS in the beta, but in the next beta, it's very something short. It's the next task I will do. You will be able to change the message. So it will be the same system than for from LotAtc, something like this structure with all information. So you will be information, date, airport, etc. And you will be able to change it on server side. For the beta 1, so the release today, you cannot change that, and the next one it will be okay. So it's just a question of days for the final version, and the stable version of the 2.3.6. It will be a template, so you will be able to change that. Yeah, there's some fix to do. Actually, he gives sequence. I'm not sure it's very needed, and there is some adaptation to do in the text generated. But well, it's the first step. The goal is to establish the feature and show how it could work. As always, I prefer do something early, not totally finished. Get your feedback. And it to have very something great and useful for user. I prefer that than creating something very complex, and generally it's not what user wants. So I prefer do step by step as always. So I know that it's not perfect. There is a lot of script that existing that it's better than mine, but I think it's really good things to integrate it into LotAtc. No need to add script in mission. It will be automatic, and I plan also to be able to do that without the needs of a LotAtc client to be connected with. Using the mission script, or perhaps to add a file that is read that starts and automatically install the things. There are a lot of things to do in this time. I forgot to say that it's enabled also for LotAtc clients. It's no need to have advanced to add ATIS. It will be available for everyone. Yes, with there's always an impact. As a developer, I cannot say it's zero impact, but the goal is really to make it the smaller as possible. For example, the biggest mission I test with, there is 6,000 units, 200 radars. That's for each coalition. So as you see, there is a lot of checking who see who. Do you see it through the relief, the terrain or not? And for each terrain, it can be a certain hundred of kilometers that to check if okay, I see you, I see you, I see you. Oh no, there is a mountain. So all this part has been optimized a lot. The longest terrain checking is 11 check only, because I do a lot of optimization of my database, and it's really efficient now. Datalink is adding a little overhead, because at the time if you would like to add fighters detection, that means you need to have fighters as a radar, so there is more and more. That is why it's time for me to create this new scheduler and have something more efficient. I plan to have some enhancement on this new scheduler. There is place to optimize again and again. I always search for optimization. At this time, I'm checking around 50 units. It took around between 5 to 10 milliseconds maximum to make all tests for 50 units. So I put them regularly. I have done an article on that. It's still available. I can show you. On my website there is this article where I explain how it's managed. It's still the same way I do currently, just there is a notion of priority, but I separate that by a group, and each group is really low, a small time, so there is not a lot of impact. There is a lot of server that run you very well now with that. the big difference with this new system is that it will avoid to have 10 or 20 seconds between two updates. That was very something that is very annoying on some server. So I hope it will be better now, and I wait for your feedback on that. Yeah, if you have big mission, just test it and let me know. If it's not working, let me know. If it's working, let me know also, because there is a lot of work behind to have something reliable. I know that now with the new DCS we can have a lot of units, so it's great. I'm the first guy very happy for that, because we can do great flight now. But yeah, there's a lot of works, a lot of computing behind to have something great. So just test it and let me know. That is why I prefer to release it first as a beta, and it will be if it's stable, I will put it stable faster than I think, but I prefer have some tests before. Just to remember, if you want to enable test feature, just launch doesn't take this. Just go here to the settings, repository, and activate the I don't have it, but you have here a beta directory. It's this one, and you can have that. You have all the information in the Discord and the beta channel. I pinned the good thing. It's not currently released. I will release it in just after the stream. Is there any other questions on that or anything else? I hope that this stream was interested. I try to make it more interactive than a simple post on the website, so I hope it's something you appreciate. If you have remarks on that, just let me know. I'm always happy to answer that. Yes, on the maps, yes, I have good news on that. I am currently working to get back the satellite view. In fact, the API has changed, and it's no more supported by my current cartography engine. But I have a new cartography engine I would like to add. Is very, very powerful, more than the one I used currently. There was a problem with the pricing because it cost a lot. I found a good way to have it and limiting the price of the maps. So I will be able, I think, to implement it. I have done the first test, and I get better performance. I will be able to have a better support for drawing system. It's a big step I up on LotAtc. It's quite too early to have an idea of the time of release of this new system, but it will come. The professional part of LotAtc, it's also helpful because it gives me some money to finance that, and it's very something that will be good. And once it will be done, it will be back for the satellite view. I know that it's important. At this time, I'm not possible to edit again. Well, no more questions. We are not a lot of viewers tonight, but a lot of questions. It's great. Very happy. Thank you. Thank you to be there. Thank for your questions and your support. Always happy to see people interested in that. Yes, the advanced version is also helped me to bring new feature and pay some library behind that have a cost, and that's why you can help me for that. And I will also perhaps I will launch some goodies also. Some guys ask me for things like that. I think I will try to launch that before the end of the year. So it's another way to support the project. I'm always alone on that. As you see, there is a lot of work to do, but always motivated for that, and very happy to develop LotAtc as my job now. Very great. Thank you for your support. It's very appreciated. So, well, I will certainly do another stream later. I don't have a lot of viewers, but I know that a lot of guys is viewing it afterwards on the YouTube channel. So I will do another. I will certainly do one on the LotAtc generator to present, because I have a lot of questions about that, and present, of course, a lot of new feature, because there is also some features in the background that I developed, and it will be great to add. Thank you. Have a good night, and see you later. Thanks again. Goodbye.